Hello everyone. So in today's tutorial, we are basically doing data pre-processing. And before we start today's tutorial, I want you to get familiar with some definitions. So first, just go through what data analysis is. So let me read out this definition for you, and then we will proceed further. So what data analysis is, it is basically a process of inspecting, cleansing, transforming and modeling data with the goal of discovering useful information, informing conclusions and supporting decision making. So please focus on these words like inspecting, cleansing, transforming and modeling data with the goal of useful information to get and discover useful information for informing conclusions and for supporting decision making. Also, I want you to get a bit familiar with this diagram here. So before we get to this diagram, just have a look at this one first. So here we have a relationship of data, information and intelligence. So as you can see here, we normally have a real world scenario and we extract data from our real world. Then from the data, we will extract information by processing and exploitation methods. And then from that information, after analyzing, we will produce, we will get knowledge and intelligence. So hope you are clear with with the definition of these terms, data, information and intelligence. And now let's move on to this diagram here. So here you can see, first we have a real data, then we extract that data in the form of raw data that we collected, then we convert that data into knowledge and then we process and clean the data. After the processing and cleaning, we have the most important uh, part of the data that is known as information. When we get the information, we will pass it to our model and algorithms, and later on we will visualize it to make some decision, or we can build a prediction model and predict the data from uh, predict predict new things from the data. Okay, so hope you are familiar with these words, and let's switch to our code. So here is our code for data pre-processing, and today we are basically processing raw data, that is a diabetes which is saved in diabetes.csv file, and we will pre-process this data. So for reading this file, we basically use pandas library here. So we import pandas. Make sure you install pandas before importing pandas here. So also I want you to know this CSV file we downloaded it from Kaggle, and here is the link. Uh, so you have to go to kaggle.com/uciml/PIMA Indian Diabetes Database. So when you enter this URL into your web browser, you will switch on to this website, and from here you can download this dataset. Here we have diabetes.csv file. Okay, so after you downloaded this data, you have to import it into your code by using pandas.readcsv, and we have here the diabetes.csv file. So as you can see here, we downloaded this data from Kaggle, and here we are accessing it into our file. Then later on you have to just import it and just look at the data. So by using dataset dot head, you make yourself uh, you get the knowledge that you have all the data you needed. So we have pregnancies as a feature, glucose, blood pressure, skin thickness, insulin, BMI, diabetes, pedigree function, age, and outcome. So outcome is whether a person is having a diabetes or not. Okay, so this outcome is our label, and the rest are our features. So also you must know that are are headings on which we have to predict, and label is the prediction we have to come with. Okay, so you must know these two words because we will use them further also in our tutorial. Also, by using dataset.shape, you get to know your data shape. So here we have 768 rows and 9 columns in our data set. So as you can see here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So we have 9 columns, and in the same way we have 768 rows. Okay, so next thing is one more thing when we import our CSV here. So this is converted into a data frame. Okay, so that we can explore it and visualize it. Then we use isNull.sum, which helps us to know that whether there is any null value in our data set or not. So as you can see, we don't have any null values here. Okay, so it means that all the values in our data set, there is no null value in our data set. Then further we check, is there any correlation between any two features? So using dataset.correlation, here dataset variable is our data frame that we define above here. Okay, so using .corr correlation, we get the correlation between various features. So the value closer to 1 means there is more correlation between two features. So as you can see here, pregnancy with the pregnancy, it is 1. So it means that both of them are correlated to each other. With the glucose and pregnancy, you can see it's a 0.129. So they are not that much correlated with each other. But as we go in this correlation chart, you can see we have age and pregnancy here that are very much correlated as their value is 0.544. So correlated means that there must be some relation between these two features that we later on explore. So here is a way to plot a heat map. It basically helps us to visualize better. So for heat map, you have to just assign here matplotlib inline and then import seaborn library. Then after plotting this map, here you can see the lighter the shade, the more correlation between them. So here we can see the same way. Here you can see age and pregnancy here has 0.54 value, and it's a lighter shade. It means they are correlated with each other. But most important part is we have to correlate with the outcome, that whether the person is having diabetes or not. And if we look at this output label, then we can see it is maximum correlated with the glucose feature. So somehow in our CSV file, glucose is very much related to the outcome that we are getting, whether the person is having diabetes or not. Then we will look at the graph here, whether we will check what's the maximum value where what is the maximum value of that particular label. So using matplotlib pyplot, we will plot the graph, and let me describe you the age graph, and the rest you can understand by yourself. So here in this graph, as you can see, those who are having age of 21, they are having maximum count. In the same way, in the BMI chart, the one having around 35 BMI are maximum. So in this way we will, so in this BMI graph, we have maximum number of people having BMI with the range 30 to 40. In the similar way, we have most number of people with the blood group of around 78 and 79. But what we are visualizing from this graph and where we have to implement the pre-processing technique is, as you can see, we have some amount of people having BMI 0 and some amount of people having having blood pressure 0, which is not possible in real scenario. So what we will do is we will change this, we will assign these 0 values with the mean of the rest of these values. Okay, so just go through all these graphs, and to change the value, what we are doing is we are calculating the median of BMI and replacing the median with the values that are 0 in our data set. Okay, so here we set our data with the median, all those values which are 0. So as you can see, we have glucose of some people, some of the people having glucose 0, which is not possible. So we will change glucose also with the median of the rest of the values. So after changing, as you can see, now in our graph there is no one who is having 0 as a BMI or blood pressure, or no one, I mean all our data is pre-processed now. So on this data we will perform our, we will implement a model and will predict out whether the person is having diabetes or not. So as you can see here, we are using these visualization technique to process our to pre-process our data, so that we have a data which will predict better as compared to the previous one. So what we will do is we will just save our data into a pre-processed CSV, and to save that we will use dataset.toCSV, and this will save our data into a pre-processed.csv file. And as you can see here, when I will execute this, it will save my file here as preprocess.csv. Okay, so in this file, I don't have any noisy data or wasted data. I just convert all the zeros to a particular value, so that when I am implementing my model, it will give me better accuracy as compared to the previous one. So this is all in this video. Hope you like this, and in the next video we will implement some model on this CSV file we saved. Thank you for watching.